Today we're going to be reading Ramyie Nightingale by Kate D'Amelio, Chapter 1. There were three of them. Here we go. There were three of them, three girls. They were standing side by side. They were standing at attention. And then the girl in the pink dress, the one who was standing right next to Ramyie, let out a sob and said, "The more I think about it, the more terrified I am. I am too terrified to go on." The girl clutched her baton to her chest and dropped to her knees. Ramyie stared at her in wonder and admiration. She herself often felt too terrified to go on, but she had never admitted it out loud. The girl in the pink dress moaned and toppled over sideways. Her eyes fluttered closed. She was silent, and then she opened her eyes very wide and shouted, "Archie, I'm sorry I betrayed you." She closed her eyes again. Her mouth fell open. Ramyie but had never seen or heard anything like it. "I'm sorry," Ramyie whispered. "I betrayed you for some reason." The words seemed worth repeating. "Stop this nonsense immediately," said Ida-Nee. Ida-Nee was the baton-twirling instructor, even though she was old, over 50 at least. Her hair was extremely bright yellow. She wore white boots that came all the way up to her knees. "I'm not kidding," said Ida-Nee. Ramyie believed her. Ida-Nee didn't seem like much of a kidder. The sun was way up in the sky, and the whole thing was like high noon in a restaurant. But it was not a restaurant. It was baton-twirling lessons at Ida-Nee's house in Ida-Nee's backyard. It was summer of 1975. It was the 5th day of June. And 2 days before the 3rd day of June, Ramyie Clark's father had run away from home with a woman who was a dental hygienist. "Hey, diddle, diddle," the dish ran away with the spoon. Those were the words that went through Ramyie's head every time she thought about her father and the dental hygienist. But she did not say the words out loud anymore because Ramyie's mother was very upset, and talking about dishes and spoons running away together was not appropriate. It was actually a great tragedy what had happened. That was what Ramyie's mother said. "This is a great tragedy," said Ramyie's mother. Quit reciting nursery rhymes. It was a great tragedy because Ramyie's father had disgraced himself. It was also a great tragedy because Ramyie was now fatherless. The fact that she, Ramyie Clark, was without a father made a small sharp pain shoot through Ramyie's heart every time she considered it. Sometimes the pain in her heart made her feel too terrified to go on. Sometimes it made her want to drop to her knees, but then she would remember that she had a plan.